Welcome to the Web Piano Teacher Podcast. Gather together and relax with us as we perform your favorite songs, discuss what makes them great, and how to make it work on piano.
If you'd like to learn, play, and share this song like Shawn does using his revolutionary whiteboard technique, visit webpianoteacher.com and try out the free membership level. Please don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. To Web Piano Teacher Podcast Artist Series. We're talking about Fleetwood Mac, Rumours album, and we're about to do Go Your Own Way, which I'm going to throw Shawn under the bus because he was going to sing. And
you sing it much better.
Now I'm singing
I'm sacrificing myself for the band.
Oh, whatever.
Here we go.
Loving you isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, maybe I'd give you my word. How can I when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. Tell me why everything's turned around. Packing up, shacking up, so you wanna do. If I could, maybe I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day, another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way.
Very good.
Shawn said we were just going to practice it, and then Shawn was like, oh, if we do this right now, we can record it.
Yes. You know, I'm amazed at how good we're doing for as little as we've practiced.
Welcome to the Web Piano Teacher motto.
Yeah, I do.
Just pull it off, people.
Yes, my whole life I've seemed to do my best just kind of on the fly. Anyway, but
because
that's kind of the
you leave very little room to feel like, I worked so hard and now I'm disappointed. Now it's like, well, we worked kind of, and it is what it is.
But it's totally opposite of your work ethic that
Yes.
you have. So
It goes against everything I am comfortable with.
But you sang it really well. It worked, and it sounds good when you get kind of lower to the mic. It works perfect. It's really good.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and then I can concentrate on the plan.
Which I do understand that makes it better. But when the plan is one way and then you slip it in there.
Yeah.
I went through it twice.
And it's very good. Yes. I mean, we
also didn't see we took like 3 takes.
But we're getting better at throwing things together quick. You know what I mean? Like, you can work on one song and get better at one song, but we're getting better at just doing it a couple times, and we got it good enough.
I feel like you're trying to convince me that this is our new way to work, and I should just get on board because, it's all good, man. All right, so let's talk about Go Your Own Way.
All right, and it is fun, by the way, to just play all of these songs on the album. I mean, just to do them all together like we're doing, it's really cool to me.
Number 5 on the
in
order.
Number 5.
5th track on the album. And I feel like This is like they've had 3 like nonstop, like these are really fun, upbeat songs.
Yeah.
And Lindsey brings this one to the table. Ken Caillait, when he first hears the like rough cut of this song, which was nothing like what we're listening to.
Oh, really?
Ken was like, this is a pretty stinker of a song. He did not think it was going to be a good song.
Uh-huh.
He was not very optimistic about it. And then it like transformed into what it is. I always, this is like, I'm going to tell on myself, had the intention of finding the rough cut and then
Didn't do it.
To hear just how different it was.
I wonder if it exists still.
Probably. Everything exists. That's what he said. Everything exists. You just have to find
everything.
somebody that
Can
wants
look
to
for
put it out there.
Okay.
This was the second single released on the album, and it was their very first top 10 hit in the U.S.
Okay.
So Fleetwood Mac, all British band, did not ever have a top 10 hit in the U.S. So they were pretty pumped about that, I guess.
Is Lindsey British?
No.
Okay, that's funny because his last name is Buckingham.
Yeah. I wonder if he's heard that before.
Maybe.
Wah, wah.
I don't know. Yeah. Just thought of that, by the way.
So again, this was where Lindsey had like once the song started to evolve, he had a very specific idea what he wanted.
Okay.
He wanted the drum sounds to have the same flavor as the Rolling Stones' Street Fightin' Man.
Okay.
And so he,
it just sounds like somebody beating on,
which I think was mixed,
tribal drums.
Mixed style.
That's what it sounds like.
Mick Fleetwood.
Tribal drums.
I think he had a kind of a unique way of playing drums, where sometimes he didn't always wasn't always one. I don't know. He made some interesting choices, and people would be like asking like, why did you do it that way? And he's like, I'm super ADHD. I don't know. I just did it. Like, that's what came out. Which I like that he's like, I'm not like a super trained, I just thought it sounded good. So that's what I did. Anyway. I thought this was interesting too. The guitar solo of this song.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to say like, oh, Lindsey Buckingham couldn't get it right, because he's a great guitarist. But I think he didn't come to the table with like a fully formed guitar solo.
Okay.
And I think he had ideas here and there. So what this guitar solo is that we're hearing on this album was actually like bits and pieces of 6 different lead guitar parts that he played. And Ken Caillait kind of pieced it all together as a solo. Now, did he piece it together in the studio and then play it for Lindsey? And then Lindsey was like, yes, that sounds good. Now I'm going to play it that way. Or are we actually listening to the cut part all
you
together?
don't know. Okay.
It wasn't super clear, so I don't want to make.
But they were parts of different solos, not parts of the same solo where he did it better sometimes.
Yeah, no. Throughout the recording process, remember, Lindsey Buckingham was always playing.
Okay.
And Ken Caillait was always recording.
Okay.
And that's the producer, Ken Caillait. That's his, I think, gift. Is he said he was just really good at recording everything.
You don't want to miss anything.
And then finding the cool pieces.
Okay.
To fit in where he thought they fit in best. And so. Anyway, but I've watched them like do a live recording, like a live performance of this.
Yeah.
Lindsey Buckingham can play guitar.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like he needed to piece together bits and pieces to be able to get through it. No. I think he just didn't have a fully formed idea. And he does strike me as the type of person that maybe has like, if he didn't have a clear direction to begin with, he has so many ideas, it's hard to like filter through them.
So you don't know if what's on the track that we listen to is actually him playing it through or a piece together.
Yeah, and I've tried to listen, and it does feel a bit choppy.
Like, are there spaces where because that would make it easier.
There's definitely
a lot easier to put together if there's spaces,
like
breaths.
A section, and then a distinct section.
Okay.
And a distinct section. Now, I think they did a good job piecing it together. And remember, they're working with like actual tape.
Yeah, cutting it.
This is not digital.
Gosh.
This is like, that should blow your mind.
It does.
Because, I mean, this is a reel to reel working with tape, having to get to the exact spot, literally cutting it, taping a new piece that they want to put in there, and rewinding the reel.
Yeah. How do you get that to match? I mean, how do you line up the millisecond?
Well, they didn't always get it right because you can hear it sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I guess you just have to retape it. Like if you get a little wrong, you have to take it off and do it again.
Yeah. I had to go to a dentist appointment that was like 2 hours away from our house.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to this album when I was driving there. And this is like through the country, like back roads.
Yeah.
And I was like listening and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many mistakes. They just dropped a whole like beat there.
Yeah.
And I was like, kept finding it. I'm like, how am I hearing all of this new, like I'm discovering this new thing. Like, and then I realized my like internet connection was just slow. Like the songs are just lagging. But I was like, I was about to pull over and start like taking notes at how they just dropped a whole beat right there. How did they let that go? No, it's just my like connection. Anyway, it was on this song.
Wow. Things have changed. It's all digital now.
It is. And they said there was a part in this where the kick drum and the rhythm guitar together created this like pumping effect. And when you listen, you can really hear it. It's like a wah, wah, wah. You can kind of hear it in the background.
The kick drum, the rhythm?
It was a kick drum and the rhythm guitar. However, it was like the microphones were picking up or whatever. And they decided to leave it in because they felt like it drove the energy of the song. Literally, this like pumping
so it was
energy.
It was a kind of...
And he said, is a happy
sympathetic
mistake.
Vibration or something like that. That was getting... Okay.
And he said if it was a happy mistake. If it was recorded digitally, that would not have happened.
No.
It's interesting.
And all of the parts, this is what makes it so hard to sing and play, because I'm trying to, copy Lindsey's guitar parts and sing. The singing never goes with the licks that he's doing.
Right.
The patterns that he's doing on guitar, they never do. And they're always juxtaposed in between.
Because I had to have you nod me in when to come in.
The one we did, I had to sing that's one of example. This one too is always, this one is a little bit easier to do, but I mean you got the rhythm. You're just strumming the regular rhythm, and you have this on top. With that, and then the tribal drums going, and then all these different things, and then the lyric just on top, and it's just amazing to me every time, all of the layers that he has in there, and then it's not muddy, but it just sounds cool.
Yes, I would say you have so many layers of sound, yet Fleetwood Mac never sounds like it always sounds clear.
Yeah.
And it was, to an extent, very produced, just so artfully produced.
Yeah. Yeah, these parts all go together just right. Because it's if you've ever written something, it's really easy to have one part clash with another, especially when you're dealing with all these guitar parts, and they never do. They just fit right in. So
when he brought he withheld lyrics to other songs till the very end because he didn't want to upset Stevie. Not that he cared about hurting
how many
her.
songs? How many songs in this album were kind of from that?
All
of them.
Well, everyone that Stevie wrote, everyone that Lindsey wrote, everyone Christine wrote. John McVie and Mick Fleetwood didn't really write songs.
Okay.
Lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm sure they would contribute if they were like collaborating together. But Lindsey just decided, hey, I'm going to like sing these lyrics from the get-go. He might have learned his lesson. I don't know what order they recorded these songs in, but Stevie was not so happy. Packing up.
But not only hearing the songs, but actually having to take part and sing.
She campaigned to get packing up, shacking up is all you want to do. Out.
Yeah.
And that was a no-go. They were like, no, that's staying.
That's like the line that I remember the most.
And it's like the most fun to sing. Maybe because I know what they're, like it was.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's definitely a song of like a one-sided story.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt it was all.
Golly.
He makes himself sound awesome. Anyway, but Stevie To her credit, she was offended by the lyrics, but she knew they needed an upbeat song.
Mm-hmm.
It was necessary for the album, so she's like, okay, fine, let's do it. You know, and then 40 years later, she's still having to sing that song.
I know, gosh.
I think it, surely
yeah,
it's
at
lost
this
its
point,
sting.
I know they were kids, really, you know. I want to not forget to mention that I teach all of the songs on this album, all 11 songs, on my website, webpianoteacher.com, and I specialize in teaching people how to play their favorite songs without having to learn to read music. Kind of, music can be a roadblock for you, it can be a struggle for you, so we kind of sidestep that, and we use my whiteboard with letters, and I talk about chords, and I demonstrate for you, so you kind of learn from my demonstration. Works for millions of people who have trouble reading music. This works for them. And I also teach this one as well, but I did something special in this one. Instead of just doing the guitar parts, I also went through and put the melody in the right hand. Okay, so if you like to have melody in the right hand, I did that on this one because it worked okay, so I did both things on the website if you're interested in that. So,
all right, that is Go Your Own Way.
Yes.
From the Fleetwood Mac Rumours album.
Awesome.
Let's play it
Play it out,
out.
okay.
Change things that I feel. If I could, maybe I'd give you my word. How can I when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way. Go your own way. You can call